Good morning.
Morning. All right, let's go ahead.
Okay, sir, in this matter, you're before the court charged with civil contempt of court as a result of your failure to pay child support and or related expenses. Upon a first conviction, you could be ordered to serve up to 45 days in jail. If it's a second or subsequent offense, up to 90 days in jail. You understand the charges, sir?
Yes, sir.
Court in this matter has appointed Mr. Sullivan to represent you in this case. Have you had sufficient opportunity to speak to Mr. Sullivan?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Sullivan, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. What I'm going to have is Ms. Mouton and sir, I'm going to have you both raise your right hands. I'll have you sworn in, then we'll proceed.
Raise your right hand, please, Mr. Shorter. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, go ahead, Ms. Mouton.
Your Honor, Chad Shorter is before the court for a bench warrant hearing in the matter of docket 2015-2802 DS Bird versus Shorter. He is currently ordered to pay $84 a month for current support, $42 towards his arrears, $3.50 for service and processing fees, for a total monthly obligation of $129.50. Last payment received on this docket was on September 10th, 2021, in the amount of $3.40, and that was through an income withholding. We are here because Mr. Shorter failed to appear for a show cause hearing before referee Couteau on December 9th, 2022. This is his second show cause, second bench warrant, and he's had one previous finding of contempt. I did measure compliance over the last 12 months. Mr. Shorter should have paid $1,554. He's paid nothing, so that is a shortfall. Total arrears on this docket are $3,624.20 through February 28, 2023. Mr. Shorter did book into Calhoun County Jail on February 17, 2023, so that would give him credit for 12 days. And he did have a prior 20-day jail sentence on October 10th, 2018. And for the record, Mr. Shorter did report that he had employment from January 2022 through December of 2022. His employer would not send in payments, but Mr. Shorter failed to make payments on his own also.
Okay. Mr. Sullivan, do you dispute or contest any of the statements made by Ms. Mouton?
No, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions for Ms. Mouton?
I don't.
Okay. Any proofs, Mr. Sullivan?
I'd like to make an offer of proof if that's
Okay.
permissible.
Go ahead.
So I had a good talk with Mr. Shorter, and I think the most significant takeaway from our meeting was that he has a strong relationship with his son, Caden Shorter, who's 8 years old. However, the relationship is impacted to some degree on a lack of transportation for Mr. Shorter. He's certainly in a financially strapped way. Although he did have a job for a period of time with Brady's Pub, they were not willing to do income withholding, and as a result, he lost his job. While he did work there, he did not have significant income from that employment, so barely managed to stay afloat, again, not even able to afford a car. As I said, he has a strong relationship with his son, even to the point where the mother of the child, Casey, would come and pick up Mr. Shorter to have parenting time with his son. So to me, that's the most significant takeaway from his circumstances. He did have surgery on December 1st regarding his broken jaw, and which resulted in teeth-related issues and multiple appointments with the dentist. His last appointment is scheduled for March 24th. That would relate to the installation of dentures from the broken jaw and the resulting other damage. He does have a hold from Berry County. His hope, Your Honor, is to finish up with his situation here and then go to Berry County and hopefully be out in time to make that March 24th appointment. So he does have a $2,000 bond in Berry County. So he will continue to be incarcerated even if this court were to give him a time served sentence. So that's what we would be asking for.
Okay. Mr. Schroeder, in this matter, you had worked for approximately the year of the 2022.
Yes, sir.
How much were you making at Brady's Pub?
I was a bartender, so it varied from night to night. I only worked 3 days a week.
Okay. Well, it might be vary because obviously that's your tips, et cetera. But what was your hourly?
My hourly was $7 an hour.
Okay.
It was anywhere from 5 hours to 7 hours. And then everything else was just tips.
Okay. What would you figure you'd make in a normal week?
In a week, about 300, maybe,
Okay.
maybe 4 if it was good.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. And during that time, that year that you worked, you didn't pay anything on the child support. Why was that?
I begged my employer to fill out the forms and she would not. And I just put it off in my head when I shouldn't have. And I was spending time with my son. It's not like I wasn't doing that, but
Okay.
totally slipped my mind. I'm so used to having it just taken out of my paychecks. I have a 21-year-old that just got off of child support. So,
Okay.
and it,
So you're saying that during that entire year that you were working and making that money, each and every week, it slipped your mind about paying child support.
well, I couldn't even have a car. I didn't have a car. I was walking to work every day.
Okay.
I would get rides home most of the time, but I was walking. And I lived at 10-mile road. That was 7.2 miles, I think it is. It took me about 3.5 hours to get to work every day.
Okay. Okay. Anything else you have, Mr. Sullivan? Mr. Sullivan, there's anything else you have for your client?
I'm sorry, I thought it was not in the, no, I think that's sufficient. You know, the circumstances here are not the best, but again, strong relationship with his son, and that's a good foundation from which he can move forward.
Okay, and that's good. That's correct. What the court's going to do in this matter, the court's heard the testimony of Mr. Shorter in this particular matter that during the period of January through December 2022, he did work at Brady's Pub. He worked, as he stated, he made approximately $300 to $400 per week. That he didn't pay support during any of that particular time and paid nothing, as he claims it just slipped his mind in this particular matter. And as a result, he's incurred an arrearage in excess of $3,600. His obligation is not substantial. It's $129.50 per month. He could have easily paid that. He had the income sufficient to pay that, but failed or refused to do so. The court will find as a result that he did have the present ability. He failed or refused to pay, and therefore he is in contempt of court. Anything as it relates to sentence, Mr. Sullivan, other than you've mentioned?
Nothing beyond what I've mentioned.
Okay. Court is mindful of that again, court would note that Mr. Shorter has had a prior jail sentence of 20 days back in 2018 in this particular matter. Notwithstanding that, he again has continued to be non-compliant in this case. And again, especially when he had the present ability. I get people all the time that don't have the ability to work or have other issues, but not the end of basically had a year of making income without any payments in this particular matter. So what the court will do in this matter is the court is going to sentence you, Mr. Schroeder, to 45 days in jail with credit for 12 days served. The court would set a purge amount in this matter in the amount of $500. If you're able to post that, but pay that, then you would not have to serve the remaining time. Any questions, Mr. Schroeder?
No.
Okay, thank you. That will be the order of the court. The court will adjourn this matter at 10:43 a.m. You're free to go. Thank you.